28th. Neither of these horses liked the off-track last time, and they were running much better over the fast today.
8, 1, 3, 2, your top 4 finishers in the final race at Louisiana Downs. So while we're done in Louisiana, we still have plenty more to come here on FanDuel TV. Now a proper introduction. I'm Todd Schrupp. That is Caleb Keller. We are at Santa Anita in Arcadia, California, where unfortunately because of the extreme weather in this area, they have canceled racing over the weekend, but it is still our set. And so we'll be here along with Gabby Gaudet, who is bringing us the last 2 races on site at the fairgrounds in New Orleans. Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Todd. I'm sorry you guys have to deal with that crazy weather out there on the West Coast, but it has been beautiful here the last couple of days in New Orleans, Louisiana. And once again today, we're high 70s, sunny. It's been absolutely beautiful. We might get a little bit of wet weather tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. We're coming up on the last 2 races of the day. Race 7 up next is going to be on the turf course. It's our only turf race of the day, and we'll head out to the turf at the distance of 1 mile. Slick and Fast opens up as your 7-5 favorite, but I actually thought this was one of the most perplexing races on the card. Surprised to see such a heavy favorite. This horse ran well last time out, finished second, but there are many other ways to go and many other cases to be made. We'll make a couple of those cases, but first we have to head to commercial break. Race 7 from the fairgrounds coming up in 12 minutes. But before we go to break, don't forget to sign up for FanDuel account. No sweat, first bet up to $1,000 back and bonus bets.
But it's all Pinehurst.
Grade 1 winner at 2.
Very impressive in the runaway Del Blanc Futurity.
Graded stakes winner at 3.
Pinehurst so gutsy.
The highest earning son of Twirling Candy.
Pinehurst lasted home to win it for the United States.
Bred on the same cross as Gunrunner. Pinehurst. Standing at Walmack.
Listen, if we even think you owe us money, you won't know what hit you. We'll put liens on everything you own. Raid your bank accounts.
IRS guidelines to stop any IRS actions like bets or wage garnishments. Plus, eliminate penalties and interest and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
I'd have my mom call the number on the screen. You come see me alone. We'll work it out. Really, we will.
Why is everyone talking about Navage and nasal irrigation?
I am one who suffers from chronic sinus infection.
You need to clean that crap out of your nose.
Navage is simple. Your nose is the body's air filter, but it's not perfect. Navage is a drug-free way to help flush out allergens, mucus, and germs using powered suction. Join nearly 3 million Navage users so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier.
I love this thing.
It's nice to breathe.
Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Welcome back, just in time for the 13th at the Meadows on FanDuel TV.
And they're off. The 5, War We Whisper, goes for the early lead with the 4, Mystical Peter. The 3, Life and the Slammer, gets out well. 4th on the outside is the 6, Spy Booth, looking for a spot, getting away 5th, the 1, Cellular. Into the turn 6, that's Swipe Right, followed by Believer from the 2nd tier. 7th racing, 8th is Mr. Jeff. Getting away 9th, that's Peter's Royalty. The early trailer is DP Rocket. War We Whisper lets things settle in the front now, heads to the lead. Life in the Slammer is 2nd. Life in the Slammer off stride. On a break goes the 3, Life in the Slammer. 28 flat for the opening quarter. Into the lane, it's War We Whisper on the engine. Racing 2nd is Mystical Peter. Back on the outside is Life in the Slammer. Inside belongs to Spy Booth. 5th is Cellular. Racing 6th is Swipe Right. Then it's Believer 7th. At the back are Mr. Jeff, Peter's Royalty, and DP Rocket. Through the turn, they head to the half. The leader is War We Whisper for Merriman. We'll trip that timer in 58 and 1. Racing 2nd. Mystical Pete.
We'll get you those prices from the Meadows race 13 in just a few moments, but we're coming up on race 7 from the fairgrounds, and they are stepping out onto the racetrack. This race will be conducted on the turf at the distance of 1 mile. It's a Louisiana-bred maiden special weight event. And here's the post parade. The one, Wishart, kicks things off for Joe Foster. This horse has never tried the turf before and has never tried a distance of ground. So really trying a whole lot of new things today to try to get this horse through the maiden rankings. The 2, Sakara, finished third against similar company last time out. I thought, though, she was forwardly placed in a slowly run race. Didn't have much excuse to lose that day. The 3, American Dollars, again, finished third against Slick and Fast, who is the number 4 horse, who finished second in that race. It was a very slow pace, 26-2 opening quarter, but we have been seeing that over and over again on this turf course at the fairgrounds. The 5, Regal Kingdom, going by. Sonia Knows Better is my long shot. Very lightly framed son of Real Solution, but he is bred to handle the turf, and he's never tried it before in the past, so I wanted to go with a little bit of a price. The 7, Up and Gone, at 11-1, another one that tries the turf for the first time, but really hasn't shown much in either of his 2 races on the dirt. And then the 8, Joey's Game, is the final horse in the post parade. Again, another one that debuted last time out. Didn't have the greatest of trips, but he was also 15-1 in that event, and he didn't really show anything. So I can understand why the betting public is making the 4, Slick and Fast, the favorite. He ran the best out of some horses that he's going to once again face today. And he also ran well on the dirt. So I don't think that that was any bit of a fluke that he ran well last time out on the turf. And he might just be the classiest in this bunch. But Caleb, I'll bring you into the conversation. Did you think it was just about the 4, Slick and Fast, or did you think this race was a little bit more complex?
I do think that the 4, Gabby, was pretty clearly, as we could see in the links, ahead of the 3 and 5. But at the same time, when you look at Sam David Jr., the trainer, he basically has an exclusive dirt barn. And I went back and looked up. How about in the last 6 months, the trainer of the favorite has only started 3 horses on the grass in total. And Slick and Fast would be the best finisher in finishing second. So I could definitely get behind the idea that the 4 was just better than the 3 and 5 by at least 3 to 4 lengths. But at the same time, then you're looking at a complete dirt barn at 7-5 on the turf.
Yeah, that's always something to consider. So, okay, you did respect the 4, but what do you think of the 3, American Dollars? Is there a way that this horse can turn the tables on Slick and Fast?
I think that the 3 could. The 3 was closing up pretty well. I think, Gabby, it's a little bit deceiving. When you look at the 3, you see the old 5 to 6 path. Well, the 4 was wider into the first turn, and then the 3 was wider into the second turn. So essentially, they both had about the exact same ground loss. It's not like, the 3 covered way more ground than the 4. And then, the 5 got going late. What are gallop outs worth, you could argue. But, the 5 was moving pretty well through the wire to finish 4th in that lineup. So I didn't have much creativity in here, Gabby. I mean, the 2 ran hard enough last time, but the 2 to me is still light on numbers. The 1 feels really wild to make a case for. The outside horse is 6, 7, and 8, not really seeing it. So, I think it's coming right back out of the Slick and Fast race, the 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah, you're right, Caleb. I made a little bit of a case for the 3, Sonia Knows Better. That was kind of my long shot idea in here, but at the end of the day, it might just go to the 4, Slick and Fast, who might just be faster than everybody else. We will get to the next race, race 7 from the fairgrounds, but first we send you to Miami Valley, is race 4.
Early pick 4. Gate swings into the back stretch of the here they go. They're off. Going for the lead. Cinnamon Beach for the inside. Center of the track. Kenai Dillig. Salty Robin backing off through the inside. Jagger Rocks away 5th. Is Legal Liar. Next in line will be PBR Street Gang, followed by Lifetime Experience. Prince Bayard in the trailer is always a Vavoom. They circle the turn, drive to the quarter with the lead. Kenai Dillig showing the way. We'll put the quarter on the board in 28-1. Racing in second, Cinnamon Beach. 2 back in third is Jagger Rocks. Racing there in fourth. Salty Robin behind the gapper. Racing fifth, Legal Liar. 2 to PBR Street Gang. Starting to move to the outside. Lifetime Experience. Prince Barrett is off the rail. Always a Vavoom the trailer. On over to the half they'll go. It's Kenai Deli showing the way. He's having his way on the lead. Shows the way. Length and a half. Puts the half on the board. In 56-3, 28-2. Solid tempo being set by Kenai Deli, who opens up a bit from Cinnamon Beach. Now on the move to the outside from third, Salty Robin. Jagger Rocks inside fourth. Off the pylons, a Legal Liar. Lifetime Experience. A lot of work to do. He'll be third over for Cushing. Inside is PBR Street Gang. Then it is Prince Barrett and Always a Vavoom. 3/4 in 125, 28-2 backside. Still Kenai Dillick with the lead. Cinnamon Beach has had the trip. Salty Robin trying to get to the pace setter on the outside first step. 3 wide. Legal Liar waiting for Racing Room inside. Jagger Rocks are off the turn on their way home. Kenai Dillick now by 3 from Salty Robin. Cinnamon Beach on the inside, center of the track. Legal Liar kicking in gear. He'll have to hurry. Kenai Dillick will win it. Kenai Dillick from Legal Liar. Salty Robin photo for fourth between Cinnamon Beach and Jagger Rocks. 154-2.
Prices coming your way in a moment for race 4 from Miami Valley, but we bring you back here to the fairgrounds where the field is circling on the dirt before they head over to the turf course. I feel like I've been talking about this all day, but it has played out to be pretty true. It's a day where we see heavy favorites in many of these races, and you really have to ask yourself, do you trust the favorite? Do you not trust the favorite? There have been some favorites, at least earlier in the day, Todd, that you just couldn't get around. The Brad Cox favorite, the horse in the second race. But there was a favorite coming out of the Mike Tomlinson barn earlier today I thought you could avoid. And in this race, I don't know if it's just about the 4 at 4 to 5, just because.
One race number 1. We just had a 10-1 shot that just won the race that you started your pick 3 in. So you can create some value. That, Brad Cox heavy favorite was part of a early pick 5 that paid $700 for 50 cents. So even with that 2 to 5 sitting in there, as far as this race in particular, I'm with you. I don't see how you could have any true confidence in the favorite in here sitting up on the board at 4 to 5, especially when we've seen so many times where this horse has been second. I thought the Louisiana breds at this level, I mean, have there been a handful of have there even been 5 races for Louisiana bred maiden special weight on the turf? I doubt there have been. So you've got all kinds of factors coming in. So I'm with you. I would not settle for 3 to 5 on the favorite here. Could that horse win? Yes. But when you take a note started, what 3 horses do you have in here, Gabby?
I have the 3, the 4, and the 6. The 6 is my long shot in here that I wanted to take a chance with. He's a son of Real Solution. He's really bred for the turf, although he hasn't done anything on the dirt as of late. I'm just hoping the surface change wakes him up a little bit. But going back to your point, Todd, about kind of where you want to be on this turf course, since the beginning of the meet, you don't really want to be down on the inside. And one horse I'm fearful that I overlooked is the 5 Regal Kingdom, because he drew the rail last time out. He was down on the inside throughout the majority of the race. Now he has post position number 5. He gets the leading jockey here in Jareth Loveberry, our second leading jockey. So, that was one horse that I wanted to include, but I also didn't want to go 4 deep in a race that featured, a 3 to 5 favorite that could certainly win in here. So those are the decisions you have to make along the way. And as Todd mentioned earlier, even with that heavy favorite for Brad Cox, that early pick 5 paid $771. So sometimes with these heavy favorites, you can leverage them, create value, and still make money. We'll see what happens. Race 7 live from the fairgrounds.
Penultimate race of the day. They're in the gate. And they're off. American Dollars go with the Black Star, Sakara the Gray, and Wishart holds that position with the rail to vie for the lead with Sakara. Up and Gone comes up on the outside and toward the rail, slick and fast. Sonia Knows Better in the Black Silks. Joey's Game and Regal Kingdom has drifted back the last out to the stretch. It's Wishart and on the outside, Sakara. They're vying for this lead as they go to the back of the course at the 6 furlong point with Up and Gone up into third. American Dollars broke sharp. Now fourth upon settling for Raylo Gutierrez with the rail as they go up the back of the course. Joey's Game is racing a wide fifth. Then Sonia Knows Better, 6 between horses. Taken back by Marcelino Pedroza Jr. is Slick and Fast, and outside her is Regal Kingdom. The opening quarter covered in 24.51 seconds as they head toward the far turn. And it's still Sakara and Wishart with